Hey guys, it's MeAdmiralStarks back with another Enlisted video. Now we have few things here to unpack. Some of them are going to be the US Independence Day, and then we have few more interesting things that we're going to take a deep dive into, making Enlisted a better place number 64, which I feel like there is possibly some resemblance with the things that were suggested in the open letter to the Dark Flow. That's going to be quite interesting. Now before that, we're just going to jump into these. We have the discounts for the D-Day, I believe, or just the Independence Day of the USA, and there's quite a few squads that are on discounts right now. So if you don't have them and if you have cash to spare, make sure you check around for those. Now for the US Independence Day, there's a mini event as well, which actually runs for quite a few days, I believe, like 6 days or something. Yeah, and the main prize is the unique machine gun M2 Stinger. Now on these, I'm usually very skeptic because I really don't care about these guns generally that they gave out on these small events, but this is the one that I actually would like to get. Now the big problem is I'm home today and a little bit for tomorrow, and then I leave for my holiday, and this all goes back to the open letter where Dark Flow likes to keep its events behind a time frame kind of blockage. Like I can't sit down for 2-3 hours, do all of these and just receive my prize. I'm gonna have to wait every 2 days for these to reset, and in this case I'm on the receiving end, and I don't have luxury of the days. Like I'm gonna leave tomorrow and that's it. So a chance of getting this totally out of my reach, which is a big shame, and that was something mentioned in the open letter as well. So in a way I really just hope they give us events and they just give us day one and day last and everything in between. Do it your own tempo and unlock these rewards, but for this one kind of a shame. Now jumping into the latest making Enlisted a better place, number 64. Now there is some interesting stuff that I really almost feel like we've scored a teeny tiny maybe a victory from the open letter to Dark Flow. They are improving their recall calculation formula without the what do they call it? They call it something interesting. They call it, where is it? Where's the random, or somewhere here, random recoil something, additional randomness. They actually had a setting for additional randomness for a recoil, apparently in the on one hand this simulates the inconsistency in the manufacturing quality of each weapon, but on the other hand it almost made impossible to get used to your favorite gun. So that's good news. That's really good. Obviously we've not mentioned anything about this in the open letter. It's the rest of the improvements that we need to scroll through. Now other changes. Reverted the elevation angle changes for the anti-aircraft guns. You know, you used to be able to shoot infantry with AA stations, and then they fixed the elevation. The lowest you can go was positive 7.5 degrees, so you can't shoot anyone on the ground, only the planes. And now it's back to -2, and I have not good feeling about this, because in the open letter we said something similar about the AT guns, that they should be made stronger so people would actually use them for guns instead of build them in cancerous spots and do HE spamming. Now we're gonna have the AA station spamming once again. So that was not necessary. I know we asked for improvements in AA station situation to make sure that infantry can deal with aircraft, but this is not it. The plane is not gonna fly under the ground. So yeah. Now the next one goes along the lines of something that was actually suggested in the letter, is anti-aircraft guns no longer overheat, which means you can keep firing, you can keep reloading, you can keep firing, and this is how you're gonna, you know, prove to be a lot more dangerous to overflying aircraft. Now this is something that people said, oh, we need to do something against aircraft. This is the step in the right direction, and I totally go with it. This was just not necessary at all. Next one, improved the damage model of an AT cannons built by engineers, and you're like, what the hell does that mean? Improved, like, does it mean AT cannons are going to do more damage? Because we asked it in the open letter. No, more parts will count towards the destruction of AT cannons, such as wheels, optics, and cannon breech, making it easier to easier to counter them? I mean, they're usually quite easy to counter. I don't remember anyone. Okay, sometimes you shoot them with AP and nothing happens, and sometimes you shoot them with HE and nothing happens, and then when you switch around, it explodes the first shot with the other round, if you know what I mean. But no one asks for these to be easier to take out. People ask for these to be improved, and maybe let's bring in some new variants of these so we can deal with, you know, tanks maybe in a gray zone or something like that. So as far as I can read into this, this is a teeny tiny victory from the open letter. Everything else is kind of going the opposite way so far. Fix the poses of the soldiers on one of the APCs. The possible maps tooltip now correctly displays the campaigns whose maps the player might get. Now I'm actually intrigued. Now we should probably jump into the game, because this was like, I spoke out on this in my video saying that we don't need a Enlisted fan content creator, you know, trying to figure this out and make a possible maps an image. We need a professional official way of telling where we're gonna end up, and apparently they've done it. Where's my game? Right, before we check the possible maps, do I have a lineup for every BR? I hope I do. Anyway, let's start with BR1. Is this BR1? This is BR1. Possible maps for Soviets. Rzhev, Moscow, Stalingrad. And Soviets. Oh, Germans and Soviets. Okay. Okay. That's pretty cool. I think it's gonna be pretty much the same story for Soviets across the board, probably. BR2. Rzhev, Moscow, Stalingrad. Okay. Going into BR3. Is this BR3? This is BR3. Rzhev, Stalingrad, Moscow, and Berlin. There we go. We can end up in Berlin. Cool. Do we have... We should have a BR4 lineup. Yep. Rzhev, Berlin, Stalingrad, and Moscow has been dropped for BR4 games. Okay. And if we go to top tier... Rzhev, Berlin, Stalingrad, and Moscow has been dropped. Now, I think it's gonna be slightly more interesting if we check out Americans. Now, let's see. Do I have... Oh my god, I'm not gonna have a BR1 lineup, am I? BR2, is this BR2? Has BR3 because of the whirlwind. Is this BR2? BR4, what the hell, dude? Why is this? Is this because of the... All right, okay, I've used the squad for something. Bye-bye. Right, so BR2 Americans are gonna play Pacific War, so Japanese, Tunisia, and Normandy. Where we can see Tunisia and Normandy for Germans and Pacific for Japan. Interesting. Oh, wrong buttons everywhere. Let's try... Do we have a BR3 lineup? Wait, this BR2 was BR3. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Wait, what? There's a whirlwind. Apply. Ah, there's a whirlwind. Okay, BR3. Cool. Pacific, Tunisia, Normandy, same stuff. And if we... Let's, for example, I don't know... Let's go BR5 or something. Is this BR5? Yeah, this is. Pacific and Normandy. Wait, we've dropped something. What have we dropped? What have we dropped? Where's the bulge, by the way? What have we... Is this BR4 lineup? It is. Okay, Pacific invasion of Normandy. Boom. This is again not BR2. Where's all the BR2s, dude? Tunisia. Ah, okay. So only up to BR3, I think you are eligible for Tunisia. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. And it's a shame that they've never separated out the bulge, because when you check out the bulge on the replay portal, it still says Normandy. So I don't know if that's supposed to be like that. Maybe it's supposed to be like that. I'm really not sure. But that's good. Okay, that's definitely a step in the right direction. And I think last but not least, fixed infantry getting stuck at one of the spawn points in the Quarry South invasion. No one actually likes that map, so it's fine. So what can we take away from this? I think this is a tiny open letter victory, and maybe this is something that I've said quite drastically in my video about that we need official, like we need an official chart or something to see where we can end up, and they've done something about it in a more detailed way, which is pretty cool. This one was not needed, and not only no one asked for it, but it was definitely not necessary. I was just gonna have SPA spams on the ground, and yeah, we were asking for these to be more powerful, not easier to take out, well, easier to counter. So yeah, that's again slightly step in the odd direction. This is probably a positive news, and that's about it. So yeah, next video is probably going to be Q&A that I've asked you to leave questions in my community page. If you haven't asked AdmiralStarks a question, make sure you do so before I record that. Actually, yeah, I'm going to record that in a very short time. I'm going to publish it while I'm on holiday, and then I have prepared a few videos for you to drop throughout my holiday while I'm away, and then we're gonna, you know, resume the typical service of Enlisted content sometime after July 20th. So yeah, thank you so much for joining, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.